What's up, people, and welcome back to the channel. This is SJ's Corner. Today, we're going to be going over the performance of George Pickens versus the Las Vegas Raiders. He went off today, well, not today, but that day, for 9 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown. Most of his damage came with the ball already in his hands. Talking about yak, that's yards after catch. And it's kind of crazy because George Pickens mostly is known as or revered for his 50-50 ability, deep ball catching, but especially in this game against the Raiders, he did a lot of work underneath and able to make the defense pay with his ability to run with the football in his hands, make plays, and go for big scores. So before we get into the video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're still on that road to 500 subscribers. Help me get there. It really does go a long way to help the channel. Hit that like button as well and turn on that notification bell so you get that information when I post a new video. So yeah, let's get right into it. First off, we see George Pickens right at the top of the screen. You're gonna notice that a lot of his routes was simply short pass concepts, slants, hitches. He did a little bit of job in the medium, but most of it was short, right? And this is just a simple stat to get him going here to start the game. Funny enough, him and CeeDee Lamb got benched for the first series, which they went 3 and out, and after that, they came with their hair out on fire. Here he is again on another hook route. This is fairly simple. He gets collisioned right as he starts his release here. But really, that's doing nothing to put him off. And it's just a really good shot here from Dak Prescott. Right in the hole. That's very easy. Obviously, the Raiders are not really a good team. But Pickens just looked like he was another planet. Especially when you have CeeDee Lamb opposite you. You might not draw as much attention as CeeDee Lamb would. So he was just able to just make them pay severely. Okay, here's another concept. He just does a good job right here. He's at the bottom of the screen. Again, DB is showing that he could be in man coverage, but just because of the different levels that these guys are all in, we just know it's most likely not man coverage, maybe some form of quarters. But again, they do a weak job of getting hands on him, and he just has a free release. So it is quarters coverage. Sorry, I'm just going to go back so you guys can see here. So this guy right here, he was impressed to start, but really he's looking to protect deep. So you have this guy protecting here, this guy protecting here, this guy protecting here, and this guy protecting here. Okay, and what happens when you have quarters coverage like that, especially when DBs are worried about your threat to beat them deep, you have a lot of space right here in the middle of the field. And obviously, that gets flushed out here, but Pickens does a good job of just finding some more space and making a catch for his quarterback. Again, this season, we're seeing what Dak Prescott can do when he has weapons. He's always been a guy who's able to be productive, especially when he has the decent receivers. And he has that this season in Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. So again, simple hook route, just too much space. It just feels like I'm watching a guy that's in college playing against the JV or varsity like team. This is an incompletion, but I actually think this is probably one of the more impressive plays that he made in this game. Like I said, Pickens sometimes can get frustrated if he's not involved, especially when he was at Pittsburgh and he played with a bunch of, below par QBs. But here, Dak Prescott is a guy that's able and knows how to use the weapons he has. Here, this is an overthrow on this deep post pattern. But Pickens recognizes that this ball, he's not really going to have a chance to catch it. Understands the DB is in a better position than he is. And he just does a great job helping out his quarterback and just batting this football down. Okay? It's not going to go on the stat sheet, but a quarterback appreciates that, helping him out to get that interception out of his stats. So just something that I thought was like really interesting. Now, I like to see, especially from Pickens. He's just known to be a guy that just plays with the hinges off, but you can see his, I guess, smarts or intelligence in that play. So here again, I believe this might be his first touchdown of the game. Top of the screen. The difference now you can notice is last time we saw the DBs that's pressed up, quotation marks, but they were soft. Okay, notice the posture of the DB at the top. Notice the posture of his DB at the bottom. All fully focused, so shoulders square at the receivers, ready to challenge them. You see all these guys sort of at the same level as well. So that's clear indication of man coverage compared to what we're seeing with the different levels of the defenders in the secondary, which is indicating more of a zone coverage look. Now, why would they have switched the man coverage? They're getting close to the red area where they can possibly concede, so they want to maybe send some more blitz to try to get them out of the scoring zone, or they're getting annoyed with the fact they're getting diced up in zone coverage and they need to do something else to combat or show a different look to the offense. Okay, so let's see this play out. Pickens is going to run a dig, and really, he's not doing anything special except the basics and just using his physical traits to get open, make some defenders miss, and score a touchdown. So again, watch right from the top of the screen. Little hop, skip, gets inside. And for me, if you're a DB, you got to try to get physical, especially if you're in that press position, because we know in the NFL, as soon as you get past that 5-yard range, it's kind of hard to get hands on the receivers without getting a flag. But again, Pickens probably gets away with a push-off here, creates that half yard of separation. And one thing I really like is he notices kind of where this ball's coming to. Obviously, Dak can throw this ball, throw Pickens down, but this ball's at his back hip. And Pickens realizes that early, and he's just going to catch this ball on his back hip and use the defender's momentum, which is coming down this way against him. So if the ball's on my back hip, the DB is coming straight down the middle of the field, I'm just going to break down, catch this football, turn back the other way because the DB is in bad position to recover, and just take off. Love this here. Obviously, all his posture is saying to these defenders he's going that way, so they're trying to go and cut off this angle. But what does he do? His eyes, okay, is all facing that way. And if you really want to work on your dead leg, it's all got to come with your eyes. Where your eyes looking before you make your break. And you're going to see eyes, and now he's going to hit that dead leg. And now the defender's in completely bad position, and it's an easy score at the end of it, right? So he's just a guy that's really freakishly talented. And once you get the ball in his hands, hard to bring him down. Top of the screen, stop route, does a good job of spinning out, making some space for his quarterback to find him. Easy catch. And here you can tell he's feeling himself. Another slant route. It's so weird because right now he's playing at a level where, in this game specifically, where it's just a feel thing, right? Simple hop, skip, split back inside, make a couple guys miss. Now he's just playing off vibes, right? We talk about him. If you've seen the trend about George Pickens, he plays like he's an NBA young boy on the field. Like who runs like this? Catches the first pass, cuts it right across the field. No coach ever advises you to do this, by the way. But he's just moving crazy, reckless abandon, dead leg again. Gets up and he just refuses to get tackled, right? That's a safety that's trying to make that play. Is that a safety? Yeah, that's a safety, right? And he just shrugs him off like he's a fly, keeps on going for more yards. And now you can see his demeanor right after getting his sideline going, right? Here's another slant route. And it's just, look, it's just so uncanny the way he makes people miss. I don't even know what this DB is doing. I think they're playing some type of lock. This guy has eyes on the quarterback. But right here, this DB is locked in the man coverage. But again, it's soft, a press. No hands on his chest. She's going to catch this. And this is something that's so underrated for receivers. We got a DB that's outside, another defender that's coming on the inside. He catches this ball. Dak actually does a really good job of placing what this ball is. He catches this ball on the numbers, and what he's going to do, he's going to split them, okay? And then you're going to see him do this one hop. Like, he really loves doing this skip thing. Like, he did this when he was at Pittsburgh. But that little skip over, jump, and he's just trying to, by any means necessary, like, he's obviously far away from the goal line there, but you just see his freakish ability on display. And he's second in the league right now in terms of receiving yardage, which is kind of crazy. I know CD Lamb missed some time, which was kind of enabled him to rack up all the more targets, but he's doing it very efficiently right now. I think he had 11 targets and had 9 catches on them yesterday. So that's really good from him in terms of the chemistry he's developed with Dak Prescott. So yeah, let me know what you feel about George Pickens. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys are trying to make a run to get back in the playoff picture. Do you think they can put together a win streak? They got the Eagles next. Now, if they beat the Eagles, now we're going to start having some uncomfortable, well, not uncomfortable for me, but some conversations, you get me, because they now have added Quentin Williams from the Jets, which is some help from the D-tackle position, which they've had a weakness in for a couple of seasons now. So they have a really high-flying offense with enormous talent. Javonte Williams is doing this thing at running back. And Dak Prescott has been very underrated in terms of his ability as a quarterback. He's still a top-quality quarterback in this league. And with these two weapons in Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, they can cause any team chaos. So, yeah, let me know what you think about the video. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Again, subscribe to the channel. Help me hit my goal of 500 subscribers. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.